All right, here. Today I am going to give y'all my 2022 NASCAR Cup Series driver lineup predictions. I'm going to start off with the 00 car and work my way up to the 99 car. This is going to be very exciting to go over, so let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
I am going to start off with the 00 car. The 00 car for Starcom Racing in 2022 will be piloted by Quinn Hoff. Quinn Hoff has had the nod since the 2020 season, and he will make it 3 years in a row for this team. In the one car, however, for next year, it will not be Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch has been the driver of the one car since Jamie Mack retired back in 2018. So he took over in 2019 and got a win at Kentucky. You fast forward it 1 year later, in 2020, Kurt Busch is more consistent and wins at his home track in Las Vegas. And they make a deep run in the playoffs. But come 2021, things went south and they're having a hard time finding speed. So Kurt Busch, at the end of his contract, more than likely he will leave this team, especially because he has probably better offers on the table. I know 2311 Racing, Trackhouse Racing, and maybe more. We just don't know. But those are the two teams that he's opening up about that have contacted him about an open ride. So Daniel Hemrick, the Joe Gibbs driver for the Xfinity Series program, will head to Chip Ganassi Racing in 2022. The two car will be piloted by Joey Logano. A lot of people might be wondering, why Joey Logano? Well, similar to last year, for Hendrick Motorsports, Jimmy Johnson retired, and the 48 car was wide open. And he had Kyle Larson, who they were going to bring in with a lot of controversy around him, and it wouldn't seem right to put him into the 48 car. So they gave Alex Bowman the promotion. They put Bowman in the 48 car because they felt like he deserved that ride, and plus sponsorship was there with him there. So I think it's similar for Team Penske. The top driver will get the 2 car, and that will be Joey Logano, and Pennzoil will follow him there. And the 3 car will be piloted by Richard Childress' grandson, Austin Dillon. The 4 car will be piloted by Kevin Harvick, and this can very well be his final year running full-time in the Cup Series. His contract's up after 22. Who knows? Time will tell. The 5 car will stay the same with driver Kyle Larson, who is on a tear as of lately in 2021. The 6 car will make a driver change this offseason. Since 2019, the 6 car has been piloted by the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman. And just a couple weeks ago, they made it, or Adam Stern put out on Twitter, more like officially, because he's the top dog, and I pretty much believe in everything he puts out because all legit. But Brad Keselowski was offered a ride and part ownership at Roush Fenway Racing in 2022 and beyond. And in years past, Keselowski has made it clear that he wants to be an owner in the Cup Series. He's owned the truck team in the past, but now he wants his hands in dirty in the Cup Series. So I think he takes up that ride and ownership stake. So there you go. Keselowski will go to the 6 car. The 7 car will stay the same with driver Corey LaJoie, who is doing really, really well in 2021. He's not contending for any top 15s or top 10s by any means, but he is getting top 20s consistently, and that's what they're looking for at Spire Motorsports. So good job, LaJoie. He's going to get another year with that organization. The 8 car will stay the same with driver Tyler Reddick. The 9 will stay the same for many years to come with Chase Elliott driving it. And the 10 car right here, this might be a little surprise to a lot of people, but with sponsorship a big factor these days, it's not really to me. Eric Almirola will return to Stewart-Haas Racing as Smithfield signs a 1-year deal with SHR. And the 11 car will stay the same with driver Denny Hamlin. The 12 car will stay the same for the 2022 season with driver Ryan Blaney. The 14 car will remain the same with driver Chase Briscoe. And now we're going to talk about the 16 car, a new team in the Cup Series, and it will be owned by Matt Collick, or Collick Racing, if you will. and their driver will be AJ Allmendinger, the Dinger. The 17 car will remain the same with driver Chris Buescher, as he has a new teammate next year, Brad Keselowski. The 18 car will remain the same with driver Kyle Busch. The 19 car will remain the same with driver Martin Truex Jr. The 20 car will remain the same for at least one more year with driver Christopher Bell. And Joe Gibbs Racing already went through them all, but they're all really good drivers. But he do got one guy coming up by the name of Ty Gibbs, Joe Gibbs' grandson. He's going to get a cup ride, and it can very well be in 2023. He's aged. He can race. He don't even really need to race in the Truck Series. He's so good, he can leapfrog the Truck Series. And why am I mentioning this? He would go to Xfinity next year full time, in my opinion only. He will do good there, and he will get the promotion to the big team the following season. So one of these drivers that don't do well next year will get the boot. I don't think it's going to be Busch or Truex or Hamlin. I think it's going to be Bell, but Bell might prove me wrong, and I might have a breakout season next year. But I got to see it to believe it. If he doesn't, Ty Gibbs will take over the 20 car in just a couple of years from now. The 21 car will remain the same with driver Matt DiBenedetto. I know Austin Cindric has had all these signings and stuff like that with Wood Brothers, but I think with Keselowski leaving, Penske would rather have Cindric than DiBenedetto, just because DiBenedetto has been racing in the Cup Series for many years. He's not a long-term driver like Cindric is, so Cindric will be the man. For the 22 car, the 22 car has been driven by Logano since 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And Logano will get the promotion to drive the 2 car in 2022. So the 22 car will be open, and Austin Cindric will take over. The 23 car will remain the same with driver Bubba Wallace, and the 24 car will remain the same with driver William Byron. And the 32 car, a new team on the NASCAR circuit, a new team, I guess you can say, for already 2311 Racing. Right now, they got Bubba Wallace, but they will add Kurt Busch in the 32 car. The 34 car will remain the same in 2022 with driver Michael McDowell, the 2021 Daytona 500 winner. The 37 car will remain the same with driver Ryan Preece. The 38 car, this one right here, I had to think about it, because he had Anthony Alfredo in 2021, but you also got Kaz Grala out there in the running. So I wouldn't count out Kaz Grala, but I just think because how Anthony Alfredo is doing, he's getting a lot better throughout the season. And plus, he's really good with the sponsors through social media. And he's just good at reaching out to a lot of people. And I think his sponsors are going to be very happy with that. And the performance might not be as good as McDowell, but I think his sponsors happy, the team's happy, so they will keep him for 2022. The 41 car will remain the same with driver Cole Custer. The 42 car will remain the same with driver Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man. And the 43 car will remain the same with driver Eric Jones. And Eric Jones, if he does good this year in 2022, he can very well be in the catbird seat for possibly a bigger ride in following season in 23. All right, the 47 car will remain the same with driver Ricky Stenhouse Jr. The 48 car will remain the same with driver Alex Bowman. Alex the Showman Bowman. He's going to do really good next year. I promise y'all that right now. The 51 car will be driven by Cody Ware. The 52 will be driven by Josh Bilicki. The 53 will be driven by a handful of drivers, Garrett Smithley and Josh Berry, but I got Garrett Smithley up there right now. And then you go all the way to the 77 car, which will be driven by Justin Haley. The 78 car for Live Fast Motorsports will be piloted by team's co-owner BJ McLeod. The 88 car, a new team to the Cup circuit, Junior Motorsports if you will, what driver will be Justin Allgaier. But here is one interesting fact which might catch a lot of people's attention. There are 4 teams right now going for a charter, and there aren't many charters up there for grab. Colic, Junior Motorsports, and 2311 Racing and Trackhouse Racing. There's no way all four of them teams will get a charter. Maybe one or two at the most. There's no way all four get one. So two of them teams, or pretty much three of them teams, or maybe four, I don't know, times might get crazy here. They're going to have to take a gamble and go without one and just pay entry and hope they do good in qualifying to race into the main event. And they're doing something similar to Ryan Preece right now. Ryan Preece is a uncharted driver in the Cup Series, and I just don't know. Like, I hate it for him, but I'm feeling these teams that are wanting to expand are going to deal and go through the same situation as Preece. So they're probably keeping a close eye onto that. But Preece hasn't done really anything bad or made the charter system look crazy. So there you go. Allgaier goes to the 88 car. The 97 car for Trackhouse Racing will be piloted by Ryan Newman, and the 99 car will be piloted by Daniel Suarez. So Trackhouse Racing keeps their main driver Suarez for another year. And wild bet before I close this video, Chip Ganassi Racing will be a lot better than a lot of y'all and me, a lot of us fans expect. That makes any sense, because Chip Ganassi Racing has had a lot of testing done in this next gen car. Kurt Busch is leaving, but he tested a lot for that team. That team has a lot of information, and Ross Chastain did a lot for it too. So Chip Ganassi Racing is going to be probably, I would say, the third best team in 2022. Mark my words, time will tell. But everybody, though, remember to please like and subscribe and comment down below your opinions about the silly season. It's getting crazy and it's starting to heat up. Please like and subscribe.